Now presenting our nation's colors is the Norristown Area High School JROTC. We also ask that you please remove your hats and rise for the playing of our national anthem. We thank you for your attendance today. Please enjoy the game. And now the starting lineups for the visiting Golden Knights. A sophomore, number 2, Bryce Pugh. A junior, number 10, Dylan DeMarco. A senior, number 12, Bryce Baruch. A junior, number 30, Jack Batchelor. And a junior, number 33, Jake Nelson. The Golden Knights are coached by Mr. Keith Cochran. And now, the starting lineup for your Norristown Eagles. A 5'10 junior, number 3, Tyler Lyons. A 6' junior, number 2, Marcus Sanford. A 6'6 senior, number 21, Darius Hopewell. A 5'7 junior, number 1, Vernon Tubbs. And a 6'4 junior, number 22, McKeel Allen. Your Eagles are coached by Mr. Binky Johnson.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Norristown High School Gymnasium. I'm Ian Morris, and we have a special matinee on a Saturday here. Lovely day outside as Norristown in a non-league matchup will play the Golden Knights of Westchester Rustin. Both teams come in on hot streak, Norristown having won 5 in a row. The Golden Knights of Westchester Rustin come in at 11-5, winners of their last 6. So promises to be a good matchup here today. And Norristown can get off to a good start, be a quality win for them as they head into the playoffs. Jump ball, we are underway here at the gymnasium in Norristown. Golden Knights with possession of the basketball. Norristown comes out in their man-to-man defense. Try to get it inside, and nearly a turnover right away. And we got a 17-foot jump shot from the corner. No good. A rebound comes down to the Golden Knights. Running the point for the Golden Knights is number 2, Bryce Pugh. Pugh on a pick and roll. Underneath, and a layup is good. As Jake Nelson is the first to crack the scoreboard. Golden Knights 2, Eagles nothing. So Norristown with their first offensive possession coming off a victorious win last night against the Methacton team that bested them by 1 point earlier in the season. Vernon Tubbs running the point for Norristown as he'll try to get something going offensively, just underway. He finds Sanford on the corner, outside to Allen. Allen back to Tubbs, wide open three, no good. Rebound comes down to Rustin, and now Rustin will look to run. Pugh with the basketball, guarded by Sanford. That's Norristown in their strict man-to-man defense. And we're getting a little bump. Now it looks like we're going to go the other way. Offensive foul. As the pressure by Sanford creates a turnover. And Norristown get another chance to even this game. Tubbs inbounds the basketball as they have their second offensive possession. And they're going to have another wide open three in the corner. As Lions couldn't get it to fall. Offensive rebound by Allen. He can't get it to fall. And Norristown comes out shooting 0 for 3 so far. Bachelor might have got away with a walk, but they're going to get McKeel Allen on the floor with a foul. Thought he might have took an extra step there.
Foul is on number 21, Darius Hopewell.
Oh, sorry, that's Darius Hopewell with a foul. And so first team foul in Norristown. Westchester inbound the ball, baseline right. And a little cute inbounds play, but Nelson unable to connect, misses the layup, and Norristown once again, with their third offensive possession, looks to get on the scoreboard. They had Allen inside, chose not to feed it to him, much to the dismay of Coach Binky Johnson as he was open and had his man on the block with a prime opportunity to score. Tubbs, now they do get it into Allen. He'll look to make a move against his smaller opponent, kicks it out to Sanford, and again the lob into Allen, gets it up, strong, can't get it to fall, but he will go to the free throw line for a couple of free throws. As Allen with a significant height advantage over his opponent. Unable to get the bucket, but he will go to the line for a couple of free throws. An area where the Eagles struggled earlier this week. Let's see how they get this started. First free throw is up, and it is no good. So picking up where we left off. Allen with a couple of dribbles. Second free throw, in and out. And Westchester comes down with a defensive board. Pugh with the basketball. And again guarded by Sanford. He finds Nelson. Nelson puts the ball on the floor, but he's guarded closely by Hopewell. And back to Pugh. He gets a pick from Nelson. Nelson with the ball, thought about a three, gets Hopewell off his feet, and takes it strong to the hoop, can't get it to fall, comes back in his hands again. Goes up and in for a field goal and a foul. That's a fortuitous bounce off the rim. Nelson kept his composure, and going to be a little ticky-tack reach-in foul on Norristown. And that's going to send him to the charity stripe for a chance at a three-point play, and maybe bigger factor here could be the second team foul or second foul on Darius Hopewell in just the first 2.5 minutes of this basketball game. So Jake Nelson at the free throw line. His free throw is up, and it is good. And Westchester has an early 5-0 lead. A little bit of pressure now by Westchester. Norristown easily breaks it. And now man-man Tubbs will try to set up the Eagles' offense. Westchester into a zone right now. What we've seen so far, Norristown's had some opportunities from the three-point line. Haven't been able to hit their first two chances. And again, Norristown slow to get going here as they'll try to adjust to this zone defense. They find Tubbs. He gets a pick from Allen. Tubbs, 17-footer, up, air ball. And Westchester Rustin with the rebound as they look to punch it ahead, and the ball is taken away. And we're going to have a travel as Nelson can't believe it. He thought he was going back to the free throw line for another three-point play, but they're going to call a shuffling of the feet. And a Westchester Rustin turnover will give Norristown possession of the basketball. 4:51 to play first quarter. Westchester Rustin 5. The Eagles yet to score as the cold shooting that plagued them earlier in the week seems to continue. Now they find Allen. Allen thought about a 12-footer. Goes up. Can't get the layup to fall, and Westchester gets a defensive board again. So tough going early on for Norristown, offensively at least, as Pugh with the basketball looks to try to break down Lions. They go inside to number 11. And now on the outside three, up, no good. Offensive rebound comes down to Westchester Rustin, but now it looks like we're going to have a jump ball, and the Eagles will get possession on the arrow. Now freshman Willie Anderson into the game as he's going to spell Tyler Lyons for a few minutes here. And Norristown 4 minutes in, yet to have a field goal. So Tubbs hands it off to Anderson as Norristown sets up their offense. And a little bit of confusion there. Sanford couldn't quite see where he was supposed to be. And now they'll get things going. Looking for Anderson off a pick. Now they get it to Sanford. He's again, can't get it inside to Allen, who's guarded by a smaller guy. Got Tyler Tate from the free throw line. He can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound comes down to Allen. Couldn't corral it. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay Eagle basketball. So Sanford inbound the basketball, baseline left. They find Allen in the corner. Allen to Tubbs. Wide open three. Passes up. Gets it to Anderson. Anderson, his shot is blocked. And now Westchester Rustin looks to push. As it's Pugh with a little stop and start. Layup, no good. Rebound. And it's going to be on the floor. Rebounds on Allen. As number 11, number 11, Taj Asparagus has been very active on the offensive board so far for Westchester Rustin. Is going to lead to the third foul for Norristown. And Tom Riley checking into the game for Norristown right now. He comes in for Allen. And off the inbounds, they're going to get an opportunity. Can't get it to fall, and it's Riley with the defensive board, and Norristown looks to push. 3:22 to play, first quarter. Norristown yet to score. Vernon Tubbs with the basketball, hands off to Mikey Dorman. Dorman will try to set up the offense for the Eagles now as they have struggled from the outside and from the inside, for that fact, to start this game. Fortunately, their defense has only allowed 5 points, so very much a basketball game despite the offensive struggles for Norristown early on. Tubbs with the ball, top of the key, looking for some movement. Norristown looks a little stagnant right now as he finds Dorman. Dorman gets a pick from Tate, doesn't use it. Now Tubbs, way outside. And Tubbs will look to break down his man. He does, takes it to the hoop, running layup, can't get it to fall, and we're going to have another jump ball as Asparagus for Westchester came down with the basketball. He got tied up, and head coach Keith Cochran is very upset as he thought that was a foul underneath instead of a jump ball. But dribbling the ball off his foot is number 2, Bryce Pugh. And an unforced turnover there will give Norristown, again, possession of the basketball with an opportunity to try to get on the scoreboard. This has been tough sledding so far for the Eagles. So Sanford in the corner. He gets a pick from Riley. Looks to break down his man. Finds Tubbs in the corner to Dorman. Dorman thought about using a pick from Tate. We'll see if they set it up again. Instead, it's Tate that sets a pick. And now a 3-ball, no good. Offensive rebound, no. As it's going to be Jake Nelson on the defensive boards as he clears it for Westchester Rustin. And once again, an empty possession for Norristown. And there's a lot of contact out front by both teams, no call. And a 3-ball from the corner by number 12. Bryce Bark is good, and it is now an 8-0 Westchester Rustin lead. Dorman with the basketball. Norristown desperately in need of some offense here early on as they've trailed the whole way to start this basketball game. Now Dorman looking for a pick from Tate. Gets it, now swings it out to the wing. Sanford, floater, can't get it to fall, and the rebound comes down to Nelson. And Westchester Rustin looks to push again. It's Pugh with the basketball. Doesn't get any resistance, nearly penetrated the lane. Now Nelson can't get the floater to fall. And we're going to have a foul on the floor as underneath was Asparagus, and he got bumped. Foul will be on the floor. Sanford responsible for the foul. 14th foul on Norristown, just the first team foul on Sanford. And some substitutions now for Norristown. As with 1:03 to play here in the first quarter, it is an 8-0 Westchester Rustin lead. And the inbounds pass is nearly stolen by Norristown, deflected out of bounds. It'll stay Westchester Rustin ball. Pugh to inbound the basketball. As they get it into the corner, Norristown tried to trap, but Barrett got rid of it immediately. Now it's Asparagus with the ball back to Pugh. In the corner, 3 ball, no good. As the board comes down to Norristown as they look to push the basketball, and then losing it out of control there was Alvino McCoy, as moving a little bit too fast and turned the ball over to Westchester. So with 35 seconds to play in the quarter, Westchester with possession of the basketball and an 8-point lead. And that ball is thrown away, and it'll be Norristown basketball. So with 28.2, you wonder, does Norristown hold for one shot? But you got to think if they get an opportunity to score with any point, they got to go for it with the offensive struggles they've had so far. And you got Lyons top of the key, 3, no good. As Nelson's been a man on the boards for Westchester. And they have 10 seconds to get something going offensively. Nelson, who's been a force inside, is going to think about a 3. Underneath it, Asparagus, excellent look, couldn't get it to fall, but the tip-in is good. And a very distressing first quarter for the Eagles of Norristown, as they will head to the end of the quarter in a 10-point deficit, and they do not have a point to start this game after 8 minutes of play. And Coach Binky Johnson clearly upset with the play of the Eagles to start this game. You got to wonder, after an emotional win last night versus Methacton, quality league win, which sees Norristown at the top of the Pac-10 with an 8-2 record. Clearly sluggish is probably the word you want to use so far. How Norristown has started this game. You got to think as this game gets going, they'll have the opportunity to try to improve offensively. And when you don't score, you can't set up your press. And what has been evident all year with this Norristown High School basketball team, they are effective when they score and set up their press and get the other team to turn the ball over and get easy buckets. They have struggled when they've had to play in the half-court offense during the majority of the season. However, tonight they've had some decent looks at the basket, just unable to get anything to fall, as it seems like there's a lid on the basket. So Rustin right out of the timeout as we're getting ready to start the second quarter. Got to feel good with the way they stand. Not that they've done a terrific job offensively, but they do have 10 points to Norristown's none. So Dorman inbounds the basketball. We are underway, second quarter. And there's Norristown in a 10-point hole as they got to get something going offensively here. Tubbs with the basketball finds Dorman. Dorman open jump shot, no good. Rebound, stripped away. And now underneath with a basket and a foul is Tyler Lyons. All Tyler Lyons right there as Asparagus for Westchester got the rebound, brought it down. Lyons took it from him, put it up and put it in and got fouled. So Norristown, after a sluggish start offensively in the first quarter, they're at it right away, just 16 seconds into this second quarter. Now a chance at a three-point play if Tyler Lyons can hit the free throw. He does not, but he gets the offensive board underneath the Allen. Hook shot, got it. So Norristown now, just like I said, an opportunity to set up their press. We'll see how Westchester handles it, as now it's Nelson with the basketball. And he does not get a lot of pressure from the man guarding him. Perhaps it's because he has a couple fouls, but clearly another steal by Norristown, as it's going to be Mikey Dorman with a layup and an in. So Norristown's pressure defensively has caused head coach Keith Cochran of Westchester to call a timeout, and it's a tale of two teams to start this game, as Norristown came out sleepwalking in the first quarter, and they've awoken quickly here in the second quarter with 6 straight points. 4 of them created by defensive pressure on turnovers. And to try to stem the tide here a little bit, head coach Keith Cochran going to try to stop the momentum that Norristown has created so far here in the second quarter. They can still, despite the 6-point run here, head coach Pinky Johnson not happy with how Darius Hopewell played his man there. Hopewell is playing with 2 fouls, but he was a good 6 or 7 steps off his man as they were setting up that press. But Mikey Dorman created the turnover, got the layup, and what was a 10-0 Westchester lead to start the quarter is now 10-6. And we'll see if Norristown can maintain that pressure. So out of the timeout, Norristown once again sets up in their man-to-man press as they will try to get a few more turnovers, which normally turn into offensive opportunities. And we're going to get a push on Hopewell. That's going to be his 3rd foul. So he went from being way too close to his, too far from his man to too close, and his 3rd foul. And Mickey Johnson has no choice but to get Hopewell off the floor, and probably off the floor for the rest of the half, as Tyler Tate's going to have to play meaningful minutes. Something he's done all year, though. So again, Tate might get beat deep here, but instead the ball goes out of bounds as Nelson desperately tried to bang it off Tate. He did, but his foot was out of bounds when he held possession of that basketball. And it's going to be a turnover on Westchester. But they're going to inbound it back where the ball was thrown away. And he was there. He was wide open on that pass, but just led him a little bit too much as Nelson unable to corral it. So now Norristown on a 6-0 run. And again, some zone defense as they try to get it into Allen. Allen with the ball, puts it to the hoop. Hook shot up and no good. And once again, Asparagus with the rebound. And looking ahead to Nelson as he gets behind the defense. A layup is good as Norristown did not get back on defense. And an easy field goal for Jake Nelson underneath for Westchester. And once again, they try to feed it into Allen. Allen double teamed. Kicks it out to Lyons to Tubbs in the corner. Dorman. Layup, got it. Nice move by Mikey Dorman as he thought about the 3-pointer. Put her on the floor, and a little finger roll off the window gets Norristown to within 4, 12-8, Golden Knights. A lot of contact there as Dorman plays Pugh tough, but they find it underneath, and the layup is no good as DeMarco can't believe he missed the freebie. Now Norristown in the corner. Dorman to Lyons. Lyons penetrates, falls, maintained the dribble, got a 3 in the corner, no good. Rebound comes down to Asparagus, but he tipped it out of bounds. Norristown ball. So the Eagles will inbound, baseline left. And Sanford's going to come in for Dorman. And nice job by Dorman as his defensive pressure created some offense for Norristown. Allen wide open, can't find him, and the ball is thrown away. So promptly a turnover, and now we're going to get a free layup as Asparagus is the beneficiary of a poor play by Norristown, and it is now 14-8 Golden Knights. And Eagles with the basketball. They find Allen. Allen takes it strong to the hoop. Got it, and a foul. As the lefty got hit hard on the play, was able to finish. As a little bit of different defense there as Westchester tried to pressure on the perimeter, but it left a wide open McKeel Allen, who used his strength to power it up and in, and he'll have an opportunity for a 3-point play. Allen, a couple of dribbles, focus, up, got the roll. So a 3-point play for Allen draws Norristown to within 3. It is 14-11, the Golden Knights. As Norristown sets up their pressure, you can see this might be a difficult team to pressure as their big men are able to handle the basketball. And when all 5 players can dribble the basketball, it makes it difficult for a press to be effective. So Tyler Tate guards Nelson, puts pressure on the big fella who's been the offensive force underneath so far for Westchester. They find Pugh. Pugh's pass is deflected, comes back to Nelson as he'll look to break Tate down, but Tate with active hands and a terrific feed, and there we're going to get a layup. Tyler Lyons from Man Tubbs, all created by Tyler Tate's defense as he picked the pocket, and now we're going to have a foul as Tate, thinking there was grass underneath his feet and he was playing football, a little too active right there on the foul. It's going to be the 6th-team foul for Norristown. Just his first foul, but the team 6 is the next one to put Norristown in a penalty. And they're already able to inbound the basketball. So Norristown closer than they've been since the start of this game, as with 4:49 to play, second quarter. It is a 14-13 Golden Knight league, but now another unforced turnover is going to give Norristown an opportunity to take the lead. So the Eagles, who look like a different team since this second quarter started, failed to score a point in the first quarter, have 13 points less than halfway through this second quarter. A lot of it due to their off-defensive pressure. Tubbs looking underneath, can't get Allen. Instead finds Lyons. Lyons finds underneath Allen with a layup and good. So McKeel Allen, the beneficiary of a terrific pass by Tyler Lyons, and Norristown has their first lead of the game at 15-14. And all the momentum right now on the Eagles side. Now Vernon Tubbs guards his man closely and takes it. Vernon Tubbs on the pick, and he's going to get a layup, and he gets it to fall. It's now 17-14 Norristown as Vernon Tubbs picked the pocket of Bryce Pugh. And we nearly got a walk there. Instead, we're going to get a foul on Allen. And thought Sparagus might have shuffled his feet. They're going to get a foul on McKeel Allen. And so that's the 7th-team foul for Norristown. That'll send Asparagus to the line for a couple of free throws. And maybe a bit of foul trouble as Norristown's 2 big man. Allen has 2. Already Hopewell on the bench with 3. Asparagus' free throw is up and good. 1-1, so he'll get the bonus. As McKeel Allen with 3:53 is going to have to be quite sure he does not pick up his 3rd foul. Second free throw is no good, but we're going to have a ball deflected out of bounds, last touch by Norristown. And down 2, Westchester's going to get a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. It'll be Pugh and inbounds the basketball baseline right. Having a little bit of trouble, finally does, but it's taken away by Norristown, but Tubbs came down on the sideline, and the Golden Knights are going to again have possession of the basketball. Tubbs guards the inbound. Pugh finds Asparagus. Asparagus guarded by Allen, and Allen cannot afford another foul. Layup underneath, no good. Offensive rebound. Second chance, no good. And it's Norristown with a floorboard, and we're going to get a timeout as Sanford was in a tough position in the corner on his knees with a couple defenders around him. And Coach Picky Johnson came in, called timeout. Good timeout by Norristown as they'll have an opportunity now to try to extend their 2-point lead. And a good crowd on hand today. Terrific crowd on hand last night in what was a very active day as there were freshman, varsity, and junior varsity games here at the high school. Varsity games saw Norristown get revenge against a Methacton team that was threatening to overtake them in first place of the Pac-10. Norristown got out of here with a 12-point victory. A little bit of payback as Norristown went to Methacton a few weeks ago and came up a point shy on the south end of a Methacton Warriors victory. But here a non-league contest in what's been a very active couple of weeks for Norristown, as it seems like they've had a game just about every other day. But a win here today would certainly look good on their resume as they build towards the tournament to close the year. So Tubbs with the ball. Looking underneath, a small lineup now for Norristown with Tate and Hopewell on the bench. Allen, the only big man, as he finds Dorman. Dorman gets a pick from Sanford, doesn't use it now. Now Lyons. Little stutter step. Allen, 7-footer, no good. Rebound comes down to Asparagus, and he'll look to push the basketball. He is trapped by Norristown. And Pugh Now to Nelson in the corner to Asparagus. And we are at the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. Norristown 17, Golden Knights 15. Nelson with the ball to Pugh. As again, Norristown, a strict man-to-man offense that they'll play. Pugh looking for a pick and roll, can't get it. Ball is nearly taken by Sanford. Garnered back by Nelson as Norristown's defense, that certainly looked like an offensive foul there by Pugh, but the refs are letting them play today. A lot of physical action out there, but as long as they called the same on both ends, it's all you can ask for is a consistently called game by the boys in stripes. So now Asparagus again guarded by McKeel Allen with 2 free throws. He gets a pick, nearly loses the basketball, and a risky play there by Lyons is going to lead a wide open 3 in the corner, and getting it to fall is number 24, Drew Hickson. As a risky play by Norristown there defensively left a wide open 3 in the corner, and Westchester has once again regained the lead of this game. And another turnover by Norristown. Tried to force it inside, wasn't there. Under 2 minutes to play. As Tubbs playing his man tight. As it's Pugh with the basketball. Tubbs nearly took it away again, as Pugh doesn't have any room to breathe. Asparagus, Hayes definitely shuffled his feet there. As his mind was working a little quicker than his feet was there, as Asparagus took an extra step, turned the ball over, Norristown ball. Willie Anderson back into the game for Norristown. Minute 39 to play. You got to think Norristown just wants to get to this half with no more foul trouble, as they are forced to play their small lineup with the foul trouble they've incurred so far in this first half. So Tubbs with the ball. Nope. Okay. And just being told by my director that we are now live streaming. Quite a change, but hopefully you're enjoying us and enjoying the time you're having so far. As the Eagles started out very slow, first quarter, failed to score a point, and trailed by 10, but they've stormed back with 17 points so far in the second quarter, and now you got Tyler Lyons on the free throw line with an opportunity to give the Eagles the lead. First free throw is up and good. So Lions' first free throw ties the game in 18. We got $1:17 left to play in this first half, which has been a tale of 2 halves for Norristown. Lions' second free throw is up and good. And once again, in a seesaw battle, Norristown takes a 19-18 lead. Opportunity to set up the press. They do, but again, the big men for the Golden Knights of Westchester are able to handle the basketball. As when they have been able to set up the press, Norristown has had a little bit of difficulty trying to turn the ball over. Westchester with the ball as they work the ball around the perimeter. Under a minute to play. Asparagus guarded by Sanford. And Sanford back to Asparagus as he looks to break down Sanford. And they get it underneath. And now we're going to have not just a field goal by number 10, Dylan DeMarco, but you're going to get the 3rd team foul on McKeel Allen. And with 44 seconds left to play, Allen is going to have to be pulled out of this basketball game, as both the big men for Norristown, who play an integral role, are stuck with 3 fouls, and that's certainly going to impact the way they can play defensively in this second half. So the free throw is up, and it is good. And some substitutions now on the Westchester Rustin side, but the old-fashioned 3-point play gives Westchester a 21-19 lead with 44.4 seconds to play here in the second quarter. So a little bit of a token trap it looks like they'll try to set up. It's Lions with the basketball. Cross court to Tubbs. Tubbs going to get trapped, in trouble. Does get it to Anderson. Anderson gets trapped. He's in trouble. He goes cross court, nearly threw it away, but now it's Tubbs with the ball. 18 seconds to play. Now Lions. Ball at the top of the key, and that ball is going to be taken away as a high arcing pass is taken by Westchester, and they're going to get a layup with 6 seconds left. As Bryce Bork on the slow arcing pass got it for Norristown. Tubbs floater at the Buzzer is no good. So a quick 5-0 run in the last minute of the half has given the Westchester Golden Knights a 23-19 lead over the Eagles. So we'll go to the half with the Eagles down 4, see if they can get things going in the second half.
Welcome to the Norristown Area High School Eagles Nest for today's Norristown Area High School Staff Appreciation Day. Each of the players picked a teacher or mentor that has made a difference or an impact to them, and they wrote a special paragraph about those members. They will walk out to center court with those teachers and educators that have made a big impact on their lives. Coming out first is Vernon Man Tubbs. Man would like you to say thank you to Mrs. Harris for your hard work and always pushing me to do better in and out of school. Teachers like you make a difference in the lives of students. I appreciate all that you have done for me. Thank you again. Marcus Sanford. Marcus Sanford chose Mr. Forbes as his favorite NASD staff member. When Marcus arrived at East Norristown Middle School, Mr. Forbes treated Marcus like one of his own. Mr. Forbes is a genuine guy that goes above and beyond for people he cares about. Mr. Forbes has opened many doors for me to excel, and he kept me on the right track. I respect and thank you for everything you have done for me, Mr. Forbes. Also selecting Mr. Forbes is Alvino McCoy. Alvino McCoy chose Mr. Forbes because he is a great role model. You've been there for me since 7th grade, and I always remember when you gave me a look and I knew I had done something wrong. I just want to say thank you for being there with me through the tough times. Tyler Lyons. Tyler Lyons chose Ms. Gruber as my favorite teacher because even when I went through stuff and was down on myself, you were always there to motivate me to do better. You are like a second mother to me, even though we don't see each other every day. I know you are still there for me. Love you, Ms. Gruber. Cameron Weldon. Cameron Weldon chose Mr. Morris as his favorite NASD staff member. He's a great teacher and truly loves his job. Also, he played basketball for Norristown as well. Thank you for your inspiration. Jameel Williams. Jameel Williams chose Ms. Taylor as his favorite NASD staff member. Ms. Taylor wasn't just a principal to me, she was a role model. Ms. Taylor always kept a smile on her face and sacrificed her own time to help you at all times. Ms. Taylor is a principal that went out of her way when she didn't have to. Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Mikey Dorman also chose Ms. Taylor as his favorite NASD staff member. Ms. Taylor is a hard-working principal that cares about all of her students at Eisenhower Science and Technology Leadership Academy. Ms. Taylor is dedicated to making sure each student strives for excellence. She is absolutely one example of Panther pride. Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Darius Hopewell. Darius Hopewell would like to say thank you to Ms. White. Thank you for being real with me about the importance of school in my overall life. Also for being a mother figure to me in school for the last 2 years. Lastly, for keeping my mind positive throughout work and keeping me on track. We hope you enjoy your day. McKeel Allen. McKeel Allen chose Miss Palazzi as his favorite NASD staff member. Miss Palazzi was a great teacher to McKeel when he attended East Norristown Middle School. Mrs. Palazzi believed in his abilities and was one of his biggest supporters when he started playing basketball and still supports him from afar. Mrs. Palazzi is a great person that deserves to be recognized. Thank you, Mrs. Palazzi. Willie Anderson. Willie Anderson chose Mr. Hadrick as his favorite NASD staff member. Mr. Hadrick would always make sure I was academically on track and made sure I didn't slack off in class or with sports. Mr. Hadrick always motivated me and told me, you have the potential to be great, just keep working hard in the classroom. Thank you, Mr. Hadrick, for all you did for me. Tyler Tate. Tyler Tate chose Mrs. Antosh.
What he wrote is, most people don't know that I often need extra time to complete my schoolwork, but ever since I entered Norristown Area High School, Ms. Antosh has helped me better myself and always believed in me. She always does what's best for me, and that's why I chose her for Teacher Appreciation Day. Thank you, Ms. Antosh, for all that you have done. Ms. Antosh was not able to be here today, so Mr. Troutman is walking with Tyler today. Mr. Troutman has also helped Tyler achieve academically and athletically here at Norristown. Thank you to Mr. Troutman. And finally, Thomas Riley. Thomas Riley chose Mrs. Russo as his favorite NASD staff member. Mrs. Russo is the definition of the GOAT. Mrs. Russo was the best math teacher I ever had. She's the only math teacher that got me to understand math. Thank you to Mrs. Russo. Thank you to all the teachers that make a difference every day in the lives of your students. Thank you to all the teachers and educators that came here today. And thank you to the boys basketball team for their kind words towards the inspirations in their lives.
Welcome back, folks, as we are just about ready to start the third quarter in a game that has seen Norristown trail by as many as 10 in the first quarter, roar back to take a 3-point lead, but a 5-point run at the end of the quarter by Westchester sees the Knights with a 23-19 lead. As the Knights have possession of the basketball to start the third quarter. Ball is taken away by Norristown, and they'll look to get it ahead to Tubbs. Tubbs takes it to the hoop, tries to draw a foul. He does. As unable to get the layup, the fall was man Tubbs, but he will go to the free throw line for the opportunity to cut into the 4-point deficit.
Team first. On the line shooting 2 is man Tubbs.
So Tubbs had a quiet offensive day so far, and helped out by his teammates. First free throw is up and no good. Tubbs' second free throw is up, and it is also no good. And an empty trip for Norristown has a chance to draw within 2. Will go unfounded. So the Knights with the basketball, and they turn it over with a careless turnover themselves as Jake Nelson thought about the move before he caught the ball. And a bit of a sloppy start by both teams here to start this third quarter. So Tubbs with the basketball. Westchester has played a man-to-man 2-3 zone pretty much this entire game. Occasionally they'll try the trap, but Norristown has been relatively effective when they've tried that trap, except towards the end of the quarter there. Allen on an offensive rebound, and he turns some loose change into a bucket. 23-21 Westchester. McKeel Allen playing with 3 fouls. As is his teammate Darius Hopewell, also playing with 3 fouls. Going to be key that these guys stay out of foul trouble the remainder of this game, as it's 5 and you're gone. And a little bit too physical out front there was Vernon Tubbs. And something that Coach Keith Cochran's been calling for all night is that a little hand check, and he gets the call right there, as maybe working over the refs for that half finally got him a call. Just the first team foul, and the first foul on Tubbs to start this third quarter. And Asparagus looking to take Hopewell to the basket, knowing he has 3 fouls. Same with Allen, can't get caught reaching here. They're just going to have to be active and move their feet defensively. Tubbs moves around a screen as it's Pugh with the basketball. Gets it inside, can't reach. And the shot is no good. Floorboard comes down to Allen. And now Norristown, a chance to push. They can tie with a 2, take a lead with a 3. And the ball's handed off to Tyler Lyons right now as he gets it inside to Allen. Up to Hopewell, got bumped, got it to go. Darius Hopewell, a terrific feed by McKeel Allen, got the layup to fall. And a little push in the back is going to give him an opportunity to give the Eagles their first lead of the second half.
Team second. On the line is Darius Hopewell.
As terrific passing there by Norristown results in an easy bucket. The high arcing free throw is nothing but net by Hopewell. And the Eagles now have a 24-23 lead. And an opportunity to set up their press, which they will. And relatively easily broken. But now we're going to have another touch foul. We'll see who this is on. If it's on Allen, it's his fourth.
Foul's on number 22.
And it is on Allen. It is his fourth foul, and that is a mistake that just cannot happen. As with 6 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third quarter, their biggest offensive threat underneath and one of their best defensive players is going to have to ride the pine for quite some time with 4 fouls. And you don't want to see a foul by your big man 27 feet away from the basket. Allen's got to play smarter than that. So Westchester with the ball. They trail by 1. Under 6 minutes to play, third quarter. Asparagus gets it into Nelson. Back to Asparagus. He puts a move on Hopewell. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound comes down to Asparagus, and he is hit from behind by Lyons, as now the size trouble Norristown's going to face against this taller Westchester Rustin boys basketball team could be a factor here during this third quarter. As you got to think, Coach Pinky Johnson's got to be thinking about going to Tyler Tate to try to get some size and to get some defensive presence underneath that basket. Asparagus' first free throw is up and good. Couple of dribbles. The lefty's second free throw is up, and it is also good. And a 25-24 lead now for the Golden Knights as they set up a little 2-1-2 full-court press. Norristown with a couple of passes is able to break the press, and now Vernon Tubbs. Past his man. He takes it strong to the hoop. The finger roll is good. Vernon Tubbs with a field goal to put Norristown back on top, 26-25. And they will set up their press, as Hopewell will guard Asparagus. But again, Hopewell with 3 fouls really has to give him a little bit of space here. Again, can't too handsy with him. Cannot afford his 4th foul. Now Tubbs guards Pugh. Pugh with the basketball guarded closer by Tubbs. Now to Nelson. Nelson on the wing finds Asparagus at the top of the key. He looks to break down. His man nearly dribbled it off his foot out of bounds, but a floating 7-footer is no good. But the offensive boards comes down to Westchester. So Rustin with the ball, down 1. And now we're going to have a little 5-footer is good in the corner. And now a 27-26 Westchester lead. Dorman with the basketball, looking at Sanford in the corner. Finds Tubbs. Tubbs thought about 3, passes deflected. But it gets the Lions. Now back to Tubbs, top of the key. It's the 2-3 zone defense that Norristown has seen most of the night. Nearly thrown away. And now Lions in the corner. And so shift it back out to Tubbs. And they'll try again. 4 minutes and 7 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Golden Knights of Rustin, 27. The Eagles of Norristown, 26. Vernon Tubbs finds Lyons inside. Hopewell up, no good, but a foul, so he'll go to the free throw line. Some very patient offense there by Norristown. We'll see Darius Hopewell rewarded with a chance at a couple of free throws. Fouls on Jake Nelson, just his first foul, team 3rd. The high arcing free throw is up and no good. I'd like to take a moment to try to thank technology guru Leo DeRozier, who made this live streaming possible today, as his thorough skills are why you can watch and listen to this game live. Also thanks to Mr. Flynn for use of his internet port. Not just an athletic trainer, but he wears many hats around this place. Thank you, fellas. Hopewell good on the second free throw, and we're knotted. It's 27, under 4 minutes to play here. And what promises to be a dogfight to the end, as these two teams very evenly matched. Norristown facing a little bit of foul trouble. They can just maintain here for the next quarter or so I think we're going to get a walk first. Instead, we're going to get a bump. No, it's going to be a bump. They're going to call a bump underneath. And if that's on Hopewell, that's his 4th. And dire straits now for Norristown. And it is on Hopewell, his 4th. And he's going to stay out there right now, as he's not going to be able to breathe on anybody for fear of that 5th foul. Sure looked like those feet might have shifted before that foul, but the ref saw it the other way. And now a 3 ball from the corner is up and no good. The rebound comes down to Sanford as Norristown looks to push. Now Lions, a little too excited, dribbles it off his knee and out of bounds. Opportunity lost there for Norristown as they got a rebound, and now you're going to see Tyler Tate into the game as Darius Hopewell has incurred his 4th foul. So worst nightmare for Coach Pinky Johnson has happened with a couple of his big men getting their 4th foul early on here to start this 3rd quarter, as he's going to have to get quality minutes from the bench, and they're going to have to find a way to rebound the basketball against this taller Westchester Rustin team. Nearly another pickpocket by Vernon Tubbs, but ball's deflected out of bounds as Dylan DeMarco gets a second chance. Rustin, Pugh with the ball, as he has been the architect of the offense for the most part of the night. Tubbs has guarded him closely and really been a thorn in the side. Nearly a turnover again, but instead we're going to get a running floater, no good. And now underneath, and fortunate underneath, they're going to get a foul out top, as it was going to be an easy dunk for Jake Nelson. But the foul's on Tyler Tate. Tate just his 2nd team foul, one of the few big men who's not in trouble, in foul trouble right now. So on the inbound, of much too easy, as asparagus was found very easily. Aisle 2 in the grocery store, and right underneath the basket here at Norristown High School, asparagus goes for a field goal. So Norristown trails by 2. 2 minutes and 24 seconds to play. Vernon Tubbs with the basketball. The 2-3 zone. Tubbs tries to break it down, gets the layup to go up, but he can't get it to fall, but he will go to the free throw line for a couple of free throws. Fouls on Baruch. That's his first, team 4th for the Golden Knights of Westchester, as Tubbs looks to pull the Eagles within 1, and the free throw is up and no good. And again, the Eagles are struggling from the free throw line. Also like to announce that next Friday is going to be senior night for the boys basketball. That game will also be live streamed as the Eagles look to play Boyertown and close out their season on a winning note. So next Friday, if you're free, join us for what promises to be an entertaining evening. Tubbs gets the 2nd free throw to fall. Norristown within 1. And it's Nelson, open 3, up, no good. Rebound comes down to Tubbs, and he'll now push it for the Eagles. Opportunity to go in front. Tubbs penetrates underneath. Sanford layup, can't get it to fall. Terrific pass by Tubbs, but unable to get the finish with Sanford. And now on the other end, it's Asparagus. He can't get the layup to fall, but he's going to be fouled on his 2nd attempt, and he'll go to the free throw line for a couple. And now Tyler Tate with his 3rd team foul. He can nary afford another one, as the Eagles will be playing with a guy no taller than 6 foot here pretty soon if they continue this foul trouble. Fortunately, Asparagus misses his first free throw. The lefty with a couple of dribbles. 2nd free throw is up, and it is no good, and Tyler Tate gets the rebound. So the Eagles down 1. Vernon Tubbs, wide open 3, short. And defensive board comes down to Asparagus. Now Tubbs takes it away. Comes down to Lions, 2-on-1. Lions thought about the pass, didn't give it up. Sanford got the rebound. He'll go up. He's rejected, but a foul. Asparagus can't believe it. Not sure the foul's on him. And it looks like it is. He thought he went straight up, and his long arms were there to play quality defense. Instead, we got a foul, and Sanford's got an opportunity to give the Eagles a 1-point lead if he can hit 2 for 2. A lot of lefties here. This lefty's free throw is up and good. Willie Anderson into the game as he'll spell Lions. 29-29. Sanford's second free throw. Up. Got it. So Norristown once again has a 1-point lead at 30-29. 1 minute and 20 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Sanford guards Asparagus as the big man brings the basketball up the court for the Golden Knights. As he's going to look to break his man down, finds Barrick in the corner to Pugh, gets a pick from Nelson. Pugh back to Nelson. Nelson thought he might have got away with a travel, but he misses the layup. The rebound comes down to Tate, and no one's going to get it from him once it's in the paws of Tyler Tate. Now Tubbs finds Dorman in the corner. Dorman might have got away with an offensive foul, but instead it's Willie Anderson to Dorman to Tubbs. Tubbs thought about the three, takes it to the hoop instead. Layup, got it. As Vernon Man Tubbs able to contort his body and get the layup to fall. And Norristown now has a 32-29 lead with 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Pugh with the basketball, crosses the timeline, guarded by the freshman Willie Anderson. Gets a pick from Nelson, taking it all the way to the hoop, left-hand layup, good. Bryce Pugh took the freshman to school right there. And with 16 seconds to play, it's a 32-31 game. And Norristown will hold for one. Tyler Tate looked to set a pick on Asparagus. Man Tubbs used that screen to Dorman. Dorman to the hoop. And we're going to get a walk. I thought he got rid of it before, but the referee thought differently. And instead we're going to have a traveling violation on Norristown. And the Golden Knights are going to call a timeout as they will take a 30-second timeout to try to diagnose a play to try to get a field goal here with just 3 seconds left in the third quarter. Very entertaining game so far. If you're just joining us, Norristown fell behind in a 10-0 hole at the end of the first quarter. Exploded in the second half offensively, but still went to the half down 5. But they've played most of this third quarter without their two big men, Darius Hopewell and McKeel Allen, as both incurred their fourth fouls early on. And they're just trying to tread water now with a lineup that Binky Johnson is not used to playing. Not a lot of size out right there for Norristown. Simply Tyler Tate, number 24, Tyler Tate, who at 6'3" is the tall man of the Eagles lineup right now against this taller Westchester Rustin Golden Knights basketball team. So with 3 seconds, we'll see what Coach Cochran diagnosed. And they're going to have to inbound the basketball and incur a 5-second penalty. They do get it in, and they're going to get a shot from half court. It is no good, would not have counted, as Bryce Barrick did not get the ball out of his hands in time. And so at the end of the third quarter, Norristown with a 32-31 lead over the visiting Golden Knights. And now we're getting the second act from the Norristown area high school cheerleaders. Excellent job by the high school cheerleaders. Flawless, I'd say. Missing my sidekick, Eleazar Hill. He could not be here today. I'd like to see how he would have rated that particular performance by the girl cheerleaders. He can be a little rough on him sometime on his grading, but I'm sure he would have been impressed with that routine. But here we are. We got 8 minutes to play. Norristown with a 1-point lead. They've trailed a better part of this game by as many as 10 early on. But it's been a seesaw battle ever since. And it'll be Norristown with possession of the basketball, as Vernon Tubbs will inbound the ball. And we are underway to start this fourth quarter. Tubbs has come on a little bit offensively. He's the creator for Norristown. As a couple terrific passes that went unfinished by his teammates. Normally as he goes, this offense goes. And using a pick from Tate, fall away 6-footer, got it. As Vernon Tubbs starting to awaken offensively, has given the Eagles a 3-point lead, 34-31. And once again, Westchester uses their big man to bring the ball up the court. As Asparagus gets it to Nelson. Nelson's been a force inside. Pugh has played just about every minute of this game. Inside to Nelson. Nelson, power move to the basket, can't get it to fall. Tyler Tate with a rebound. Now Norristown with a chance to try to create some breathing room. Tubbs with the ball, looking for a pick from Tate. Now he shakes him away. Picks up his dribble, hands over to Dorman. And now Dorman to Willie Anderson. And Willie Anderson will try to get the Eagles offense started. Not a lot of movement right now. Anderson in the corner. Tubbs to Sanford. Sanford in a precarious position. Finds Tubbs. Tubbs, reverse layup. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Westchester Rustin. Beautiful move there by Vernon Tubbs. Couldn't get the reverse left-handed layup to fall. Now Nelson with the basketball. Top of the key. Hands off to Pugh. Pugh to Barrick. Barrick can't be left alone. He's a good three-point shooter. DeMarco. Pass is deflected and taken away. Now Norristown with a chance to get out and run. It's Mikey Dorman with the basketball. Mikey Dorman takes it to the hoop. And we're going to have a block as Nelson couldn't get set underneath. And the foul's on Nelson. Just wanted to make sure there, as that was close, as he prevented the layup opportunity for Mikey Dorman, but he will send to the free throw line. First free throw's up. First free throw's a beauty. And maybe more importantly for Norristown, with 6:20 left to play, they're getting quality minutes off the bench from their mates. And McKeel Allen and Darius Hopewell, the two imposing big men, remain on the bench. Probably see them back in this game within the next minute or so. 2 free throws for Mikey Dorman has given Norristown his largest lead, 36-31, as they will continue to set up their press, and the press is going to benefit as the ball is thrown away. As looked like number 10, Dylan DeMarco, just a little lapse of judgment there. Didn't look to pass in, goes off his knee. Norristown basketball. So now Norristown with a 5-point lead, possession of the basketball, an opportunity to increase this lead. It's Tubbs gets a pick. Gets another pick from Sanford. Taking it to the hoop. Up. Can't get the roll, but he goes again to the free throw line. As the ball danced on that rim, but just couldn't quite fall. Gravity worked the other way. And it'll send Tubbs to the line for a chance to extend this Eagles lead. Tubbs' first free throw is up, and it's good. 37-31. Tubbs a couple of dribbles. Second free throw is also good. So Norristown starting to hit their free throws, and they have stretched what was a 3-point deficit into a 7-point lead so far in this fourth quarter, as we are under 6 minutes to play. Sanford's done a nice job on Asparagus, guarding the bigger, stronger opponent, as Norristown stays in their predictable man-to-man defense. Asparagus, foot on the line for 3, no good. Now Norristown, another chance to stretch this 7-point lead. Tubbs with the basketball, as he's gotten things going offensively here for him and his fellow teammates in this second half. And he's, going to force Westchester to come out there to guard him. And he gets a pick from Tate. That stutter step move, a few too many defenders in front. Now he takes it to the hoop, and we're going to have a timeout. It looks like a timeout taken by Norristown, as Pinky Johnson saw a little bit stagnant offense there. And it's just going to be a 30-second timeout for Coach Pinky Johnson, who started here in the late 80s, early 90s, went on to play collegially at Canisius, took over for Mike Evans this year. Mike Evans gave his heart and soul to this Eagles team for many years, all the way to a state championship runner-up against Chester years ago under the guidance of Khalif Wyatt, now playing internationally, I believe in Israel. But right now, Norristown with a 7-point lead over the visiting Golden Knights. And it's been Vernon Tubbs who's gotten things going offensively here in the second half. And Norristown's defense has played very, very well with their 2 big men on the bench. And they have not gotten chewed up on the boards, as you might think, with a smaller lineup. And Bicky Johnson's going to get McKeel Allen back into the game. Allen got his 4th foul with about 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. And he should be well rested by now. So here we go. Norristown, 38. Westchester, 31. Tubbs with the ball, looking for Allen. Allen guarded by the smaller Bryce Burrick. Instead, they got Sanford for about 17 feet. Can't get it to fall. Floorboard comes down to Westchester Rustin. Now Rustin are going to try to cut into this 7-point deficit as we are at the under 5-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Ball is taken away by Vernon Tubbs. And now Norristown with numbers. Tubbs, layup, no good but a foul. As Tubbs, the 2-on-1, looked like it was going to be a 3-on-1, decided to keep it to himself. And fouls on Bryce Pugh, his 2nd. That's the 8th team foul already on Westchester Rustin. And Vernon Tubbs can extend this 7-point lead for Norristown with a couple of free throws. And is in and out. Tubbs' 2nd free throw. It is up. It is good. So with their largest lead of the game at 8, Norristown 39, Rustin 31. They continue to use their full court press, which, if anything, hasn't caused too many turnovers, but it's certainly kept Westchester Rustin from getting in any kind of offensive rhythm here tonight. As it's Burrick for 3 off a pick. Short. Last touch by Norristown, but Sanford's able to do some fancy footwork there on the sideline and maintain possession of the basketball. 4:21 to play. Norristown an 8-point lead. And now Sanford sets a pick for Dorman. Dorman back to Sanford, back to Dorman. And now they set up the play. Looks like they're going to trap. Dorman in a little bit of trouble. Finds Anderson. He's going to have to get rid of it. He finds Sanford. Sanford in a spot here, puts the ball, finds Allen at the elbow. Allen's jumper's a beauty. Nice job by Norristown offensively as they move the basketball efficiently there and got McKeel Allen an open look at the elbow. And the junior lefty bangs it, and now Norristown has opened this into a 41-31 lead. As Rustin hasn't scored in quite some time here. Asparagus, no good. Floorboard comes down to Nelson as he goes up and good, and I open my fat mouth about Rustin not scoring, and right on cue, they get a field goal. 41-33, 3:20 to play. As Vernon Tubbs encouraged to make an offensive move by some of the crowd members here. I'm sure they'd rather see just an efficient offensive series. So Tubbs with the basketball, finds Anderson. Anderson to Sanford. Sanford over to Tubbs. Tubbs in the corner. Gets away from the trap. Some fancy dribbling to get out of trouble. And again, Norristown in no particular hurry now as we're under 3 minutes to play. Tubbs in the corner to Dorman. Dorman to Willie Anderson. Willie finds a wide open 3 in the corner, but Sanford passes up on the opportunity. Instead, he throws it away. Cross-court pass is taken by Pugh. Now underneath, Asparagus got the layup, and it's rejected. Rejected by the little man, Vernon Tubbs. Asparagus didn't see him coming, and now Norristown. And we're going to get a foul here on number 10, Dylan DeMarco. And what Taj Asparagus thought he had an easy layup, didn't see Vernon Tubbs come from the blind side to deflect the shot. And what looked like it was going to be an easy 2 points instead results in a transition opportunity for Norristown, which they turn into 2 free throws. Check that, going to be 1-on-1. It's just a 9th team foul. Well, it will be 2 free throws as the bonus will come as Mikey Dorman connects on the first. Dorman's second free throw is up, and it is good. 2 cool-looking free throws there by Mikey Dorman. Has given Norristown a 10-point lead, 43-33. Under 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play, and that's going to be it for McKeel Allen. As a foul before the inbound pass even took place. That is his 5th team foul, and he will have to watch the rest of this game from a chair on the sidelines. Now Darius Hopewell, who got his 4th team foul just a minute into the 3rd quarter. He also is going to be well rested. So not what coach was looking for as they send the tall junior Nelson to the line. His first free throw is up and good. And now Nelson can make it an 8-point game. His 2nd free throw is up and his 2nd free throw is good. So now Westchester forced to put on some sort of pressure here, as with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left, time beginning to become a factor in this game. Norristown could just maintain possession of the basketball and make some free throws. You got to think they're going to get out of here with a win, and it'd be a quality win against a good basketball team. They try to trap Tubbs. Tubbs are behind the back, underneath, but they turn it over. Pass too much for Sanford to hold, and now Westchester Rustin an opportunity to cut the lead, but imposing figure underneath was Hopewell. And the layup was certainly, if not deflected, affected by the long arms of the 6'6" Darius Hopewell. Under 2 minutes to play, and of course Norristown, they're up 8. They're in no particular hurry. Now Tubbs breaks his man down, an opportunity to take it to the hoop, up and in. Vernon man Tubbs break his man down, took it to the hoop for an easy layup, and is now a 10-point Norristown lead with 1:30 left to play. And Westchester Rustin in dire straits now, as they're going to have to be very efficient offensively towards the end of this game. They're going to leave Nelson open for 3. He can't get it to fall, but they are going to get the rebound. Inside Nelson, layup, up, good. And a timeout called by Coach Keith Cochran as his team trails by 8 with just 1 minute and 19 seconds left to play. And this will be a full timeout as Norristown simply has to hold on to the basketball, make a few free throws, and they're going to get out of here with a W today. This is a non-league matchup as the Golden Knights of Westchester play in the Chestmont League, but it's a good measuring stick for Norristown. This Westchester Rustin boys basketball team is 11-5, but 8-1 in their league, atop their league. Norristown at 8-2 atop the Pac-10. Good measuring stick for Norristown today, and they are 1 minute and 19 seconds from accomplishing the task of another quality victory and running their winning streak to 6 games. And as you approach the end of the season, certainly you want to go in on a winning note, and Norristown is doing that. So Westchester is going to be forced to foul here if they don't come up with a steal. Now, free throws have been a problem for Norristown throughout the year. It's been feast or famine tonight, as seems they get 2 at 2 or nothing at 2 so far. The fortunate thing is they are in the double bonus, so they will get 2 free throws every time the Rustin boys basketball team fouls. It'll be Mikey Dorman inbound in the basketball. He finds Tubbs. Tubbs behind the back and across the timeline. Yes, he is across the timeline. And they're looking to foul, but they cannot as Tubbs gets at the Lions, but they're going to, looks like, call timeout. As they got at the Lions. Lions had some space there. But 14 seconds went off the clock there. There's 1:05 to play now. And you got to think if they don't get the steal right away, they certainly are going to have to foul to try to extend this game as long as possible. So another friendly reminder, next Friday, senior night here at the high school gymnasium, as the boys will play Boyertown in a Pac-10 matchup. And once again, if you can't make it to the game, we are live streaming that night. Live streaming next Friday. So the Eagles, who started out woefully in this game, went 8 minutes without a field goal, exploded in the second quarter. Trailed at halftime, but since the half, they have been the better team. They've led by as many as 10, but their tenacious defense and their ability to use their bench and rebound the basketball against the taller Golden Knights accounts for their 8-point lead with just 1:05 left to play. So here we go. Dorman finds Tubbs. Tubbs guarded by Pugh. They're looking for the trap. They get it, but Tubbs gets rid of it. Now we're going to get a foul before the ball is ripped out of bounds, and it's going to be 2 free throws, it looks like, for Mikey Dorman. And Dorman's been cool hand Luke at the free throw line tonight. So 2 free throws for the senior. First one's up. First one is good as he gets a friendly home roll.
Checking the game for the Golden Knights is number 12, Bryce Baruch.
Bryce Baruch into the game now. Got to think that's going to be for 3-point shooting as the Rustin Knights in desperate need of offense. Second free throw rounded in. So 47-37, 58.5 seconds left to play. Norristown less than a minute away from their 16th victory this year. Pugh with the basketball finds Nelson top of the key. And they need to be in a little bit more of a hurry, and they are not right now. Asparagus inside the Nelson, tipped away. Nice job there by Darius Hopewell as he was able to tip it out of bounds without fouling his man. As valuable seconds ticking off the clock now for Westchester Rustin, as they are running short on time, just 43.6 seconds to play. They inbound the basketball. Asparagus in the corner for 3. No good. Sanford with the board. And it is deflected out of bounds. Going to be Norristown ball. And the chances for Westchester Rustin starting to look dimmer and dimmer now. Every tick the clock takes. Ball is deflected out of bounds. It'll stay Norristown basketball. And they're going to get Tyler Lyons back into the basketball game. He's going to come in for Mikey Dorman.
Number 24, Drew Hickson.
Sanford now inbound the basketball for Norristown. Darius Hopewell trying to leak behind the defense here, but again, Norristown in no hurry at all. And fouled right away is Tyler Lyons, and he'll go to the free throw line to try to give Norristown their largest lead of the game. And very appreciative bench right now for Norristown, Coach Biggie Johnson. And his Norristown Eagles just 35 seconds away from a victory in a Saturday matinee here at the high school gymnasium. First free throw is up, and it is good. As the balls that weren't falling in the first half are falling in the second half for Norristown, as they now have their largest lead at 11. And Lyons' second free throw. Another friendly roll. He gets 2 of 2. Norristown leads by 12. Just 34 seconds left to play. We'll see if they call off the dogs here. And Hopewell with the steal. Norristown with the ball. 25 seconds left to play. They go after Tubbs. Ball's deflected. Out of bounds. They're going to stay off of Tubbs. So a turnover there for Norristown, but still just 22 seconds left to play. And I'm going to go ahead and say Norristown's going to win this basketball game. Pugh with the ball. Can't get the layup to fall. Ball comes out underneath to Hopewell. He gets rid of it to Lyons as he finds Tubbs, and Tubbs is going to dribble it away. They won't foul. Just 6 seconds left to play. And some good sportsmanship here as he'll give it up to Westchester. An appreciative crowd here tonight as the Eagles overcome an early 10-point deficit, and they'll escape with a 49-37 lead. A 37 win against the Westchester Rustin boys basketball team of the Golden Knights. So the Eagles go to 16-5, a quality win tonight. We want to thank you for joining us in this live stream. And again, we will be back again next Friday live streaming against Boyertown. And once again, the Eagles overcome a deficit, and they will leave today with a victorious 49-37 win over the visiting Golden Knights. Good day, folks.
A quick announcement for you. Friday night is senior night. you are 18 years of age and under, you get in for free. Friday night will be senior night here at the Eagle's Nest. All students 18 and under